What's up, everyone? Weekly Dama News, your number one place, possibly the only place to get your weekly dose of what has been happening in the kendama world. But I guess you can do that every day as long as you're logged into Instagram and all that jazz. Figuring out what, or just watching what all the kendama companies are doing, what they're releasing, and what all of your buddies and pals are getting all hot about. The new kendama drops, the new trick that was just released, the new edit that was happening, oh, maybe an upcoming event, maybe an upcoming competition. It's all in vid. Hey, who knows? But I'm your host, MJ's Kendertainment, and here we are, always every Sunday, coming to you live from Instagram and talking about what has happened within the world of kendama for the past week. There's a lot of things that I hit, and there's a lot of things that I miss as well. So, trying to make this a communal type thing where everyone can share their ideas and things that they've found out. Hey, some of the stuff that I'm spitting over here, most of it is true. I think I'd say, from my research that I've done, I'm pretty on point with some of the stuff. But sometimes some other people, if you have an idea of some other things that could help me out, I definitely appreciate it. But what is up? Thanks for joining. As always, we're going to jump right into it. Now, I feel like this week, I wasn't so on top of following the things that have happened. So here are the few ones that I've picked up and I thought everyone should go and check out. First of all, because I don't have it listed here, you should go check out YouTube, Kendertainment. If you're interested in catch and flow, all right? The best, possibly, event made just for freestyle kendama. The hottest, the biggest, the best, I dare say, here in Japan. It is such a great example of just how this kind of street kendama there's a kind of a subtitled bunny quote ears, air quotes, around this new style of kendama here in Japan, because it already had its face. It already had a well-known presence in Japan. And as it changed into a new kind of style of, I guess, a different kind of like flow, it wasn't just your normal pulling up to a big cup, pulling up to a spike, and like that's it, or just the classic moshikame. In Japan, it was something new, and a lot of the people would see it and say, oh, that's like a yo-yo. When you would see more freestyle kind of flow tricks happening, people were just like, oh, it's like yo-yo now. So there was a term that was coined called street kendama, right? Going over to the different types of extreme sports, inline rollerblading, inline skating. I feel like every time I mention rollerblading or skating, I always like fumble with them. Like, what is it called again? Skateboarding, BMX, all that shit, right? And it's become street kendama. I think it's kind of badass, maybe, yeah. So catch and flow. There was no live streaming, no official live streaming that was happening at Catch and Flow 2022, okay? If you're a nerd, you're following Dama, he live streamed the final 16 matches, all right? I think it was something like 170 minutes or some shit. I saw over on the judge side, I think Tokyo TK was live streaming on Chrome's page, IG page, and I believe Tamotsu was doing it for Glonkan, all right? But just like here and there bits, I think like Rod has the full-on shit, like from front to back. And I was there as well. So I took my camera out, and for some reason, it didn't like strike me to record these battles. I believe because I was like worried about my amount of juice I had on my camera and my batteries and the memory card space. I was there like just to do like a normal film of what the event was like. But as I was there, I'm like, this is like a great opportunity. So if you've noticed, if you did your research by yourself, I uploaded a bunch of those battles from the final 16 players. Those battles are up on YouTube right now on the Kendertainment channel. But I did miss a few, sadly. Kaito versus, I forgot who he versed, but Kaito's match is not there. Nick Gallagher's match is not there, sadly, as well as possibly my favorite, had the biggest smile on my face. Nobu Sakusa's Nobu's match is not there. So there was a few, I forget what the hell I was doing. I don't think I was even like I forgot what I was doing. Exactly. Possibly trying like sneaking beers or some shit. But I didn't catch a few matches, so I'm sorry about that. But I did catch a majority of them. So if you want to know what it's like, because you can still right now go to the different, the people who did the live stream that I was just mentioning before, like Rod's live stream, and you can watch it, but quality degrades here and there. It gets choppy, it gets weird. It's all vertical. Now you can go over to YouTube. I got that shit for all you guys and gals, full 4K. Go check it out. Give it some love. Comment on it. I would say there are two matches that went down that were the most kind of controversial when it happened, and the most like jaw-dropping of the results, where I feel like when possible majority of the audience thought one person was going to win, but when the flags went up, when the judges called who the winner was, it was just like, oh, damn, like a very, very big surprise for everyone who was there. So go to YouTube, check it out, see if you can find which two battles I'm talking about it. So yeah, that was the news from me that I didn't want to forget because I don't have it listed here. So let's go into what the rest of the kendama realm has been cooking up for us. So we have, let's see, going back to, we're going to hit this one. Sulab going around. So Sulab has closed his retail shop in Kawagoe, Saitama Prefecture. It is a sad thing to see go, but he did a live stream a little bit ago. Did I talk about this in the last, possibly? In the last episode? In any case, so fear not. He is still doing Sulab get-togethers. So not only is he doing that, so he's doing like every month, he's doing a jam here in Saitama and Kawagoe, in this town, where Sulab is originally from. And he is on top of that every month going to his plans for him and Ayaka, his wife, to go out, business partner, wife, go out and to different places within Japan, different prefectures, different states, if you will, different prefectures in Japan, and hold events for the people in that area. So I'm like, that's a really cool thing that, Japan is about roughly the size of California, everybody. But it has like something crazy, like 2 times the amount of like the population of the US in Japan. And then like only 70% of it is mountains. Double check on those facts. These are things that I recall hearing like here and there as my time living in Japan. Be like, oh wow, really? So double check on that. But no rip friction clear. Friction clear is, so Sulab, come on, where you guys been? Sulab is still continuing. Their brand is still going to go. They still have a team. They have, Sue filled me in on the next player who's going to be sponsored by them. And it's ridiculous. It's a big one. You guys will be ready for it. I'm sure everyone will be very excited to hear when it happens. It's dope. Super, super dope. Big name. Everyone knows. So Sulab is still around. Sulab will still be doing shit. The only thing that was closed was the Sulab location, the shop that they had, the retail store / cafe that they had going for like 10 years is closed. So if you ever travel to Japan, you won't be able to just come and join and check out this shop. But as I was just mentioning, he will still be doing monthly kendama events here in Kawagoe. Well, he will be there selling his stuff, and just, getting the gang together, the local crew together, because that's one really important thing to do. If anyone has like kind of a group that they hang out with, a bunch of people that they play kendama with, you understand how crucial it is to have that crew with you and continue to just push the motivation, or just to just keep you going to play kendama. Because again, there's so many factors that kendama provides for people. If it's like a sense of friendship, a sense of like just excelling at something that they're getting good at, you know, just being in a community. There's so many different amazing points that it has. So if you have a crew, you got to keep it going, flowing. Spike hard, catch low. But so Sulab is going to still continue to do that. So if you're still thinking about traveling to Japan, you want to hang out with Sue, there's still a chance for you to do that. But in this news that I'm just talking about right here that I focused on is he's going to be cruising around Japan, prefecture to prefecture, hitting up different spots and, you know, supporting, showing love to the rest of Japan from the Sulab. So it's really dope. You know, we see plenty of other big sponsors around the world, namely, you know, Chrome in Europe and Sweets in the US have their ambassador team, right? Their ambassadors that have like maybe little local shops here or there that can spread their brand of kendama around that area. So it makes sense, right? And so it's super cool to see Sulab still doing that. And, you know, Gloken, you know, Tamotsu, Gloken, the creators of Kendama World Cup, organizers, they do that all the time. Nothing new for them, but something new for Sue, and I thought was really cool. More news from here in the JP. Zuma Dalke releases video really quickly showing these stickers, these seals all around these, all over these kendamas. It's like, what is that for? Kendama donation. Okay, they're collecting kendamas. Zuma Dalke collecting kendamas to provide for people who need kendamas. And now, you should have done a little more research on the news. Shit. Okay, so I didn't do so much research besides watch this video, and it just said that for people who want kendamas, they want to provide kendamas for people around Japan who would like a kendama. From some of the logos that I've seen and the designs really quickly, it looks like they're all like 20, like before the new change in sizes and whatnot, what we've seen in kendama and the evolution of it. So it's like a lot of the kendamas that I probably have, like 2014 damas, small cups and whatnot. But if you're a beginner, you can still shred, okay? And you're probably not going for crazy balance tricks right at the beginning. But it's really cool to see them, especially, you know, Zuma Dalke, who's a force within showing kendama to people, doing performances and whatnot, to have kendamas to then provide to people instead of just like selling them to the brand. You know, they're connected through Gloken and stuff. Just selling, it's like, here's maybe something that they can give. Okay, so it doesn't explain exactly what or how you can get these, how they're donating them. But still a kind of a cool idea, right? Because I'm sure plenty of us have a stash of damas that you don't use anymore, just sitting in like some box behind you, getting moldy and shit. You gotta double check. It's super humid here in Japan in the summers, and a few of my damas have gotten moldy. It's not a good thing. Luckily, I've found them before they reach the point of no return, and I was able to clean them off and, you know, make them nice again. But you got to be careful. But I'm sure we all have plenty of kendamas that we don't play anymore, we don't need anymore. So having a place to then give to someone who you know is going to, you know, use it in a good way, or if they can use it in classes or something. You know, I'm sure Sweets Kendama Institute has some sort of program like that where they take like old kendamas to just be able to spread, or they're connected with Sweets. Maybe they have enough, like bead grades or something. I don't know. But cool little thing that I saw. All right, rolling over to bam. Is there anything else in Japan? No. Okay. Here we go. Talking about Sweets. 57 motions. Josh Flowgrove explains it all to you. The Tunbridge Wells, Turnbridge. I learned it as Turnbridge Wells, so I'm always like, it's but Tunbridge Wells. An old line of tricks. A set of tricks that was lined up. Very basic. You know, you're hitting small cup, you're hitting big cup, you're hitting base cups, you've gotten spikes, you're getting earth turns in there. you go penguins, up top cup soup, whatever you want to call it. That's all in there in 57 motions. And it's almost like a marathon for kendama players, as well as a really great way to make your consistency, level up your consistency, I should say, and just make you hone in better, focus on all of your motions. Once you get all of these down, you most times at whatever cup you're at and whatever position, you should be able to have enough Tama control to have that bevel face you for a spike. All right. So it's a really, really great piece of, I guess you could say it's a trick. I would say it's more of like an exercise to do, a really systematic, more just already formed exercise for specific kendama exercise, like tricks. Instead of being like, oh, you try this, you can try that. Here it is, laid out flat. And then Swedes Kendama just released a tutorial video on YouTube, so go check that out. Try it out. It's tough. And then I think after this, like Josh released a personal best on his Instagram, and I think he did it really like within 30 seconds or something, which is ridiculous. You guys got to go try it. As well as with a string. Now me, if you know me, I'm rocking that tight 3-finger string. The string always gets me going back and forth so many times, it really sucks. So for most of you guys, if you're rocking that 6-finger string, you should be straight. Or for me, I even would prefer a stringless just to try it out because it's a lot easier. You don't get tangled up as much. So Tunbridge Wells, if you don't know about it, go to Sweden's YouTube, check it out, try it out. It's a challenge, but it's a great exercise. Let's see what else we got. Again, I didn't have too many things that was that I picked up. Let's jump over to new kendamas. Okay, why not? Kendama USA. We're missing the jet shape. This is the Hundui Chinese-made jet shapes, which is pretty cool. They are all in natty, but still a cheaper way to pick up the Ken and see what it's like, as well as get within that natty feeling. Some people forgot possibly what it's like to play, and it's not easy. There's much more of a challenge that is added to the whole thing. So, but hey, it definitely looks dope. Like having a plain kendama, the aesthetic of it is just really, really awesome to have just right on your desk. It's so good, so good. So there you have it in maple, ash, beech, as well as the bamboo. So go check it out, pick one up. And the other sets of new kendamas that I've seen that caught my eye, hey, serial kendamas, releasing a bunch of new just Ken options. Really dope to see. The latest batch of Essence, like herbal essence, and hybrid 2s with a bundle of different wood options. They're really, really intricate. I really like the difference of spliced woods that they've been bringing just to the Ken game. Yeah. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm definitely a guy who likes the look of the kendama, as well as adds to the play of it. So, having the different types of whatever they have ash on the top, if they got beech on top, or adding different weights on the bottom of the cups to add more weight into the slinger, so it really sticks in there. So that's really cool to see. And cereal. A lot of people have been hyping up cereal for a while. Big cups, Takuya, Igarashi Takuya, who has won Kendama World Cup a few and did he got one catch and flow? Did he? I kind of think maybe he did it now. Whatever. No. Yeah, Kendama World Cup 2 times. This past catch and flow, that's what I was thinking. He used a cereal Ken. And why? He said because they got big cups. Okay. New kendamas. So we all saw the little hype that Chrome's always really good at kind of giving you hints, little teasers, sneak peeks of things that are about to drop, and enough of it to be like, what is that? And everyone's really guessing about what it is. And then in the end, when you do see what it is, you're like, oh, I had no idea. Maybe was not expecting that at all. They came through it again. Kendama and Love Gang brand. I believe you guys know about anything about this? Because I do not. It seems like a brand from Italy? Was it? No? Miami? Because it's not it's Spanish. It's all the I think it's from somewhere, some Spanish speaking country. It could be Italian. I don't know the difference so well. What is no? I don't know, guys. Anyone else know? Love Gang. It would make sense a little bit if they were. Ooh, okay. Well, I'm gonna say my Spanish is really, really, really not that good. But from some of the text, it looks like it could be Italian. And if you look at any of the commenting, yeah, I'm gonna say maybe Italian. Any case, there you go. XLR talking about genuine cash flow 2020. That's what I'm talking about. The community, you know, I'm on one side just collecting all this news, but it's a group effort. It's a group nerd-wide world nerd effort to bring all the information all in one thing. They're only following one person. If you look at their what? Isn't that kind of insane? I think that's kind of insane. So Love Gang. So there they are. They have 223 posts, 37.2 thousand followers, and they're only following one account. And who's that account they're following? Kendama. Now, is that just who I follow? And that's all I see? Isn't that kind of weird? Maybe that's weird. Or maybe not. Who cares? But it looks like it's a clothing brand all about love, right? Love Gang shit. So, Da Gang goes hand in hand. So they got a little like cherub that they turned into a kendama. So, Spike the cherub in the head. Cool pad pressing, for the not decals, for the graphics along the whole can around from the big cup, small cup, It looks pretty cool. Very, very different style of kendama that nobody's probably seen in a while, especially like the cuts within the hairline. It seems like, now I've not touched one, but from the pictures, it looks like there was actual laser cutting where the hairline is for the black outline of the hair around the ear, around the rest of the face. And it seems like it's cut, so that would add to a little just texture with when you're holding the tama. Nothing to give you an extra advantage while playing or disadvantage, but just something different. Kendama and Love Gang presents the Poochies. Rubber wood. I forgot about that. Too good shape rubber wood, lol clear mini bearing always. There you go. I did not notice that it was rubber wood. The rubber wood, when I hung out with Tokyo during Catch and Float, he was mentioning that he's become a big fan of the rubber wood, crispy spikes, light wood. If you guys haven't tried one out, you should pick one up. Very, very interesting, different type of feel to the play. Okay, so that's one thing that has gone down for new kendamas. Oh no, I got another one. Sweets Kendamas partnering up with a French scooter, a kicker, what are they called? YouTube guy who has a lot of followers, and they have created a kendama for him. We're not, doesn't say that he's exactly on the team, on the mob or anything, but just connecting, because we've seen Sweets connecting with other types of, influencers, people that have, a good amount of followers if they're in the music scene or somewhere else, and making a kendama for them to kind of promote kendama, as well as directly promote to those person's fans with a special kendama for them. It makes sense. Instead of just being like, of course, hey, just send them a shitload of kendamas and say, hey, like a discount for this store if you want to buy a kendama, blah, 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 discount link, all that shit. No, it's like, here's a special kendama that is made just for me, whatever influencer or person making cool content online for everyone who's enjoying it, and specifically for them, so people who are fans of them, it makes sense. Totally. Yes, X large. That was a good one. To go back to the Chrome, this doll, the kendama doll. All right. No, we're not talking about the voodoo doll from Sweet's Kendamas, but this kendama doll that the Chrome did with the Love Gang brand. When they were asking, like, one of the first teaser posts was like, "Who is this?" And everyone was thinking, like, baby TK. And if they redid this kind of style with all of the pros, it would kind of look funny. I definitely think many people probably think like that, where the next round of pro mods, even, next round of pro mods, do the whole fucking team. That'd be pretty dope. Yes, it's supposed to be, I believe, a cherub, to be specific, baby. Genitals. Right? Okay. I guess angels don't have, or like belly buttons and all that stuff. Okay. Bam, Sweets. Got that one in. Hey, new one that we possibly didn't see, but maybe you did. That happened at Dama went down over in Europe. I believe it was just this past weekend, just finished up. Awesome. Cool to see some of the content around it. Didn't see so much. Didn't catch any live streams or anything, but to see some posts and stories here and there. Is Cupid a cherub? Is Cupid not a cherub? Are they different? Maybe. Okay. First try or die. Okay, you got a Benjamin Mystique mod that's coming out. They mentioned battle available first at Tamarama battle at the border. So we'll be seeing it battle at the border for everyone in the North Americas. But it looks like, it says today's the day we get a first look at the new Beanie Mystique mod at the GT booth. Cop it first try. And then what I noticed was, you could see, like, within that picture, it's totally the normal Benji mod that he has right there. But I took a screenshot, did a little, little spy homework, and saw this setup, which was, it looks like the Benji first try or die Ken that he had, and it looks like Damarama, I'm getting all these event names mixed up, a Damarama Israel Tama. Interesting to see if that is going to be the new Tama. It's got really cool, like, gold or possibly yellow flecks, speckles, splatter, specks at the top of it. Nice green, fade to white, back down to black with the whatever, I don't know what kind of cityscape that is, but similar to the one that they did for the Euro Kendama Championship. Really cool to see. So we'll see exactly if that's the truth or not. GT hasn't posted specifically about if that is true, but hey, something else that went down at Damarama. Again, this also I haven't seen. Actually, I didn't search, but I didn't see that Terra has made any announcement. But hey, Max Angel is pro for Terra Kendama. You know what that means, we got a pro edit out. Is it on YouTube? Shit, I didn't do that research, so I don't know that shit either. But Alex, I don't know where Alex Smith. Max Angel is pro, okay? Really dope to see. This dude shreds. He shreds out of, like, all the Terra and crew. Misu, she's got her own flavor. Of course, everybody shreds. But, like, Max, he's like the, he's within the new gen realm. He's really, really high up there. So it's really cool to see him get his pro mod, his pro spot. And then, of course, hey, you got a pro spot, you're going to get a pro mod. So be on the lookout for that. We'll see when it comes up. I want to search really quickly to see if Terra did make any announcement of that. Let's see. BAMP. Nope. Nothing yet. And let's go over to GT to see if they showed any. They probably haven't. Any pictures of anything recent that's come out from about the new kendama. Or you know what? That's not it. That's not it. Because if you look at the grain theory, posts that they've put up right here, there's Tio and Benji talking about, the new Dama. Actually, they're just saying like, hey, we're here at Damarama. Okay, there is the kendama. You can't see what the Tama is. Swipe over. Oh, wait. That is a Benji mod. The beanie Benji. But the beanie was normally black, right? And I think it had a white to natty fade. So here, it's just what? Like a clear pink, possibly, mod? So there you go. So it's going to be something that is nothing too crazy. It's not going to be that special collab with Israel Kendama with the Rhino Clear. Okay, makes sense. But a different colorway. So that's cool to see. I really like the black one. Just, again, a simple half and half. These half and halves, man, black and white, always the best. So there you have it. I had a few more here, guys. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. That was a new one. Okay. Etnies Skateboard and Shoes released a video recently, just a few days ago, I think. And the title of the video is Kendama. Just Kendama. It's a group of 5 skaters from all of different countries: Portugal, Brazil, Australia, Germany, and the US. And it's called, I don't know why it's called kendama, but they're playing chrome kendama in it. There's only like 2 clips, and the whole video up on YouTube is only like 3 and a bit of footage. And there's mostly, of course, a lot of skateboard tricks and possibly just 2 spots with kendama in it. And it's usually really like VHS kind of noisy, grainy footage. Cool aesthetic, but kendama is like, it's really small in there. But if you type in like Etnies kendama, that's the first one that pops up, and it's really interesting to see that connection. And of course, that Chrome is like already talking with them as much as they can. Like, hey, kendama, not only you guys had a video that just came out that is titled kendama, but your people know about kendama. Either if it's some the people that were filming, doing the editing work, the people who are the skaters, which they were like doing some. I think I saw a J-stick in there. It's like, okay, they're a little session, seasoned. So they're in talks already with possibly, hey, let's create something maybe. Etnies, I know you guys make shoes for the most part, but a kendama for a shoe company, why not? There's a kendama for a clothing company. So, and there's been a bunch of kendamas that Chrome has made just for clothing companies or brands and stuff. So we'll see what happens within the future. Give it like, if everything goes through, in another like 6 months, within the year, they'll probably release something if everything goes well. Another thing something that you might have seen, maybe you didn't see, maybe you think you need it, maybe you don't need it. A backup string spot within your kendama that's just sealed in there. You guys see this? Austin Rig Looks like he made it himself in a Dao Ken, the originals Ken. It's good beading. There's a bead bearing stuck right in there, and there's a little like cutout just for it. Pops in right there, and that's it. Very, very interesting idea. What do you guys think about it? To have a string, a backup string in your Ken. Now, how often do Kens or strings, how often do strings break? In all of my years of playing, over 10 years, it has happened to me probably twice, maybe 3 times. Or maybe a few times that I'm recalling, the knot just came out of the Ken, then came out of the sarado and just popped out, right? There's specifically 2 times that I know it snapped on me. I'm also using silk strings, and some of those can get frayed really easily, and then they can fall apart a bit. It's a really cool concept. It looks dope. Not sure how it would feel in the hand. It would add or take away from the weight of the base cup, so you'd be getting better lunars and stuff. So that's something that everyone wants. So that makes sense. But what do you think? Is this something that, could this be a new wave for kendamas to be taking a path in? Because in one way, we could look at it as in, hey, you don't have to, it's probably like nothing, but the package, plastic, it's in plastic, right? I only think maybe Terra puts their strings in a paper bag, paper envelope. Everyone else, it's plastic. You're getting rid of the plastic, which we're trying to do, right, everyone? From the kendama, and instead of just having it loose within the box, because I guess you could do that too, putting it in the Ken. It adds to the color. If you put a color to it, there's an aesthetic right there. This could be something bigger than we know about right now. But as we do see in most of kendama culture, people who do stuff first, i.e. like Mugen Muso, when they put in the base cup hole. Nobody did it right away, but then, hey, that's like the normal thing now. What else? Hey, Loon Attack, releasing the Loon, which was kendama where the sarado was just 2 big cups. They're exactly the same. It was not even like, it was 2 big cups. But hey, why not? The big cups of 2014 are the small cups of nowadays. Diameter, size-wise. So who knows what this is going to turn into? A very interesting idea. Kendama string holder? For good, for bad? Who knows? Kendama Depot does paper too. Top up, and last one. Yes, last one. So hey, maybe if anyone's living in the tri-state area, northeast of the U.S., Jersey, what are they called? KenJ. I get it. You know, K-E, New Jersey, N-J. KenJ.kendama is having a get-together, a jam, this Monday. Was it? Yes, this Monday, January 16th, from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, so I wanted to highlight this one for anyone who's in that area who's thinking of going. But this is a cool thing that I haven't seen too many. Maybe I don't know. I just can't think of it right now. But I saw it and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice to do. So they released a post specifically saying, hey, if you're from New York, if you're from Manhattan or any of the boroughs, here's a simple transport, a way you can get over here to Jersey to be a part of the jam. I was like, hey, that's cool. I don't think I've seen any, maybe, usually they're like stories. Again, maybe it's just me not remembering, but this really just caught my eye because it's like, that's really nice how they could show you and tell you specifically, hey, you're from here and you want to jam with us here? Here's the exact way you can do it with a lot of good information, like what bus you need to get on and which route it's going, what name of the ship where you're getting on, getting off. It was nice. If you're like me, which maybe many people are nowadays, we're lazy. I don't want to look up that shit on my own. I want to go to that event, but I don't know exactly how to get there. Bam, there you have it. That's helpful. And that's it. That's all I have for this one. This is a short one, guys. Hey, has anyone got any questions? Let me know in the question tool. Use that shit right there, because that's all I have for this one. Let me just do a quick scan. So if you guys have any questions, I'll give you like 3 minutes right now. And I'm going to try to figure out other stories to talk about, which I just did find one. But if you have a question, use that question tool and I will answer it. So the other one is Bam Bam 365 releasing a sweater, dope looking embroidered sweater, hoodie, I should say, as well as Ken only options in beach and maple. They say that they are limited in supply, so we don't know exactly how much, but that will be happening 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Monday. So tomorrow for all of you guys out there. So if you're interested in checking out that fusion shape, maybe you missed a drop, or maybe you want an extra fusion because you already made the drop. Maybe you got the first batch, the pre-fusion, because there was a bit of a change that they did from their first drop with Sue Lab to this recent one that just happened. Hey, now's your chance to pick up a Ken. I think that's pretty cool, because like they're talking specifically about it's their Ken, and you know, if they're releasing their first ever drop was a collab with Sue Lab. Okay, pretty amazing. Hard to top. So a lot of their focus is going to be on how special their Ken is. So it's really, really cool. I think everyone should try to get it. Fusion shape. Yeah, I haven't tried it, so I don't know how sick it is. But I mean, everyone has their own style of play. Everyone has their own diameter, length of fingers and shit. You know, the way that they grip something. It really can change for everybody. It's almost impossible to say this one shape is the best. Period. That's it. That's all you need. All kendamas play really well. New age kendamas, they all play very well. So, unless you're someone who likes to like gunslinger a lot, okay? So then if you have a ken that is really as like a huge base cup hole because it just kills with lunars, or if it's like the GFN shape, then you're going to have a hard time doing any slingers. You're going to have to put in a lot of extra effort just to get one rotation in. But not so much with the fusion. I haven't tried it out, so I can't say. But it is something that I believe all kendama companies are striving for. An all-around killer when it comes to the Ken. Hey, and before we find, okay, we got one question. I'm going to hit that up, and then I'm just going to say, reminder for everyone. It is only, 2 weeks away from the end of January. If you have been thinking about, if you've been thinking about taking part in the New Year, New Edit video comp that Dama is organizing, you got 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks and change to film something and to put it out. That's including me, guys. All right, I've not done anything. I've been, picking up scraps here and there of ideas that I could make for something. I want to do something. I got a lot of other things on my plate. We'll see what happens. But we got 2 weeks to film something, to edit it, and to DM Dama. Go to the New Year, New Edit comp Instagram page and DM the link, the YouTube link to him, and he will put it in the list. I actually haven't checked. I should go check the New Year, New Edit comp and see if there is a list that's already being made. See if anyone's dropped some goodness in there. So just a reminder, that's happening. Oh, and the other thing that I forgot to feature, talk about, Sweets Sponsor Me contest round 2. It was something like 25 people who were picked to create a second video, and then it's up to Sweets to figure out who the picks will be. We all have no idea how many people they're going to pick up. It's definitely not going to be 25, but out of what, I think they had like 80 at the beginning, and they narrowed it down to 20, whatever. I forgot what I said, but I think I was going to, I guess like 6 or something. Didn't I? In a past Dama weekly Dama news, we talked about this, and I was like, I'm guessing. I should go back and double check to see if my predictions are right. Sometimes I've had some, I've channeled some shits through these weekly Dama news episodes and have been correct. We'll see what happens. I'm going to stick with that though, around like 6 or some shit. We got a few weeks. We're new at a comp. Get on it. Just do it. It's amazing. It's another fucking what is it called? Like when you're doing karate, it's another belt. It's a step up in the belt. It's a band. You get, how like you get an extra, what the fuck was it? It was like a sticker. It was a piece of tape around your belt. You got it like a line around your belt. Damn it. You know what I'm talking about. That's it. Going into the Q&A, we got one question for all of you guys. So here it is. Weekly Dama news. Is that a hand as a kendama behind you? Yes, it is. Yes, we have a hand as a kendama. If you don't know, this is a hand. It's I don't know what percentage that would be. Maybe like 30% smaller than an actual hand. Okay. Oh, look how it's so good. Only in Japan, guys. Only in Japan. This is a Fist of the North Star kendama. Hokuto no Ken. You guys know Fist of the North Star? Super popular 70s anime that turned from a manga, turned into an anime, of course. And then they actually made a live action film in the late 80s? Maybe even early 90s? Of this. Close, not Ninja Scroll, but close. So look at the Hokuto no Ken. I did a quick unboxing of a bunch of weird kendamas that it's up on the YouTube channel, and this is one of them. I just give you a little preview of what it can do. Not a preview of like what Hokuto no Ken is, the anime that it's based off of. But yeah, so there's a dude's face right there, and the main character, it's all about like fighting, and he kills people with his finger by like fucking like hitting pressure points and shit. So the spike is the dude's getting it. Don't get punched. Definitely don't want to get punched. The crazy thing about this is the playability, or lack thereof. No, I think it's pretty playable. Okay, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots, or I guess 5 playable spots within this whole thing. So of course we have the finger, the spike, right? We have a base cup right there, which is super dope. We have, I would be guessing, is based on size, a big cup. See that nice like pocket right there? It's built for big cupping. Okay. We have a small cup. Again, there's a little the the way that it was molded has a little section off, so it sits up there really nicely. Small cup. And then you want to go above and beyond. See that fingerprint? No, that's not a fingerprint. That's a final cup, which is super hard to get. Ron was here for a while. He's like, I want to get that fucking finger cup. Like, dude, it's impossible with the weight of this, because there's screws on there. So I think it doesn't work now. You hear there's something in there, and when you're spiking it, it's supposed to say like a catchphrase from the anime, but it doesn't do that anymore. But with the weight of it, so the top is heavy compared to the bottom. So when you pull up, it always wobbles a bit, and you have to be so precise to have that shit sit right there. It's nuts. So there it is. Fist of the North Star. Kendama. Thanks everyone for hanging out on this morning weekly Dama news. I'm here every Sunday bringing you all the different news that has happened within kendama. Thanks for joining. Hey, go over to the YouTube channel, Weekly Dama News. You can watch all of my videos there, and you can scroll through a lot easier. You can leave comments about shit, timestamp or whatnot. I should put timestamps on there. It's a lot of extra work for me to do, so I'm not really focused on doing that right now. But it's a lot easier to stop and scroll through compared to Instagram. It's really weird. It sucks actually on Instagram. So go over to YouTube, go do that over there. Hey, I also take all of these live streams and put them up as a podcast. So, and because I'm spitting for is that the right word? I'm talking shit for about an hour. So you can listen to it as a podcast if you're working or driving around, so you don't have to watch, because you don't specifically have to watch what I'm doing. So download the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, check it out, Weekly Dama News, and that's it. If you want to go above and beyond, check out the Patreon page. You can support me in that way of all the shit that I do, all the content I'm putting out, to deepen the bond between all of us, as well as connecting, getting the final spike in our love with kendama. That's it. Thanks everyone again. It's going to be a good one for next week. We'll see what happens. That's it. Get on that New Year's new edit comp. Keep clean.